So a lot of you guys are wondering what the heck is going on.
Where we're at, are we even okay, and are we still making our pieces?
And the truth is...
So for those of you that are new here, or if you've been following us and need a little refresher, I'm Cori and this is Sam. And we will be married for 6 years in September, which is crazy. And we worked together 4 out of those 6 years. So our business started 4 years ago, right after our first year of marriage, where we worked opposite schedules and never saw each other. And from both of us, coming from divorce homes, we wanted to find any way we could to see each other more. So Sam started making these wall art pieces like this one behind us, and kind of took off from there. I posted a picture of it on Facebook and someone was like, I want to buy this. And we really started growing and shipping our stuff all over the world. And we worked with celebrities, we worked with really awesome couples that just bought their first home or just got married, and help people really find a statement piece for their home. And it's been absolutely amazing. And so we've grown that. And then this last year, 2020, was probably our craziest year we've had yet. So yeah, 2020 was a crazy year for everybody, and we all had to make adjustments in what we were doing. And as small business owners, I think Sam and I, at first were freaking out because we didn't know what to do, what was gonna happen. So we really had to adjust, and that's when we started creating content more and showing our faces more and sharing a little bit more about us and our journey and our story, and not just about our artwork. And we found a lot of joy out of that.
So in March, that's when we started creating videos pretty much full time. So it was literally as soon as the whole world shut down, we were both scared out of our minds, didn't know what was going to be open, didn't know what was going to be closed. So we were like, well, let's at least do this. Let's at least try to put a smile on everyone's face, make some funny videos, do some videos of us restyling a space in the house. So we would literally take our entire bed apart, roll up our rug, throw it all in our hallway upstairs, and then set up the tripod for the camera, hit record, and then we would literally time lapse the whole thing of us bringing our room back together. So we just started going ham. We started posting twice a day. We did like 1 feed post and 1 video post. This was even before Reels. So we were just hitting it as hard as we could because we didn't know what was gonna happen, but we just wanted to bring some kind of light to people's day. That's when it, like Cori said, it really started to get crazy. So it was pretty much, it turned into 2 full-time jobs because we started to grow a lot on Instagram. We went from 40,000 in the beginning of April and we hit 100,000 in July. So it was this huge boost. We just started on TikTok at the same time. It was funny because we're creating all these videos of our house, but yet we weren't home at all because we were creating content for our business that had to do with these wall pieces. It would go like this. We're creating excitement around content, and then we would get orders, and then we would have to fulfill all the orders. So we're not creating content anymore. So it was this ebb and flow of having the time to create the content, to build the excitement, and for orders. Then once the orders came in, because it was Cori and I and 2 other employees, we would have to devote all of our time into working in the shop, and then we'd be quiet on Instagram and TikTok. So it was this really tough balance, and we found so much joy showing people how to style their space, giving them inspiration on what color paint to pick out, and all this stuff. And just we started to feel like this might be our purpose. This is something we got so much fulfillment out of, and we really went down that road. We grew to 160,000 followers, is where we're at now. So it was just such a crazy ride. We just kept growing. Obviously, there's been all kinds of algorithm changes, but it's been an amazing thing. And I think it just helped us find this could be something that we really want to do.
So as Sam was saying, insane year. It literally felt like Christmas all year. So typically for any small business or anyone online, October to December is crazy town. If we tell our family and friends, we can't talk, can't do anything, we're gonna be in our shop or working. But it felt like that since March, which we feel so incredibly blessed because we know that not all small business owners had that same experience. So we were really fortunate, and we just took every advantage that we could. But in the midst of that, we were working a lot. So we were juggling the content. So our days were 8 a.m. We'd wake up and we would do content up until 2, and then we'd go to our shop around 2:33 and work until midnight, come home, have dinner between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. and then we do it all over again. So we were only eating 1 meal a day and having a shake.
It was crazy.
Very healthy. My mom would always say she was so worried about us, and I'm like, we're fine.
She had reason to worry.
She did. And so, So then October came for Christmas. We were kind of ready for that, just as busy as it normally is. And we went home to my family for Christmas for a couple days. And when we slowed down, it literally felt like kind of bricks were thrown at us. And we realized how hard we've been working the last 4 years. We realized it was very unhealthy, our balance of life, and we weren't spiritually fulfilled, we weren't emotionally fulfilled, physically we were drained. Our marriage was really struggling last year with just stress of not having time for each other. Yes, we worked together, but there was a lot of stress involved in our days and just felt like we were go, go, go. We didn't make time for friends. we were just in a really rough place and we didn't realize it until we slowed down. Around Christmas, we kind of had this like talk with each other, like where are we at and what can we do in the new year? How can 2021 be different from the last 4 years? So we had like a heart-to-heart together and kind of came up with a new plan.
So right after Christmas, I still remember it like it was yesterday. Whenever we had to go back to the shop, Corey was like, hey, let's go. You know, we got to go to the shop. We got to go do this or that. I just remember this like crippling feeling in my chest. And I never really felt this before. I'm sure it could be, you know, Googled as anxiety or some level of depression or something. But it was like so rough for me to even like want to leave the house. I just felt anxious about everything. Like in the way that we had to go do a task, everything felt so overwhelming for me. And it was probably the most intense like month right after Christmas going into January that I've ever felt before. So I knew we had to make a change. So what we did in January is we slept in for like 2 to 3 weeks. Literally every day. We slept as long as our bodies would let us, and it just felt like we were recovering from a really long year. And I know that we're saying this with so much, like we are so grateful to be able to do that, because one of the big desires that we had was like, we want to get our mental states straight. We want to get our physical life right. We want to get our spiritual life right. And we just noticed everything was a little bit of off, and it just affected everything. And it was kind of eating us from the inside out. So we just knew that we really wanted to like make some changes. So we really got plugged back into our church. We actually created like a morning routine for the first time ever. Like I've never had one my entire life, and now we actually got to make one. We've been like stretching, which I never did. We're like eating the same thing, and like we're really starting to
reading books.
We're reading books. So we're starting to like really figure out what we wanted to do. And our big like almost cry in January was like, I would love to stay home more often, because we were literally gone so much of our day. We're posting about our home, but we're never here. So it was just this weird conflict that was going on. So we were like, what can we do to stay here? All this leads up to you guys probably wondering what the heck we're doing, what's going on, where are we? Are we making our pieces? What are we doing? And the truth of that is
we don't know. So I feel like we are in the same place we were 4 years ago when we started our business. We kind of just, something fell in our lap. I feel like it was like the Lord just kind of entrusted us with making these pieces, giving us these talents that we didn't really have before, and was like, what are you gonna do with it? And I feel like we're at this place now where we're like, I don't know where we're at. I don't know what our future looks like, but we know that this was the same feeling we had 4 years ago, and we like have had the craziest journey. Like there's so many stories that we want to tell you guys of just like having to trust God, and like just the connections we've been able to make, and just us growing individually and like growing as a couple. So a lot of stories to tell you, but right now we are figuring that out. We're growing individually, and we're gonna do this journey together, and we're excited to bring you guys along for it.
So what we really want to do is like all the things that we've learned to try to make our marriage better, our relationships better with our friends, our personal relationships with ourselves, the way that we view ourselves, the way we view the world, like those things that we're working on, like we want to share that. And like it just feels like we're too colorful of people, we're too multifaceted just to fit inside of one niche or one genre. So we just want to, all the things that we're learning, we want to share, because there's been so many things that have changed our life. Like even though we've just been saying over the last 5 weeks of us being really intentional about doing some of these things in our life. And it's really wild how putting that time in, there are things that we like had to seek out and learn. And we want to take you guys on that journey, and we want to take you on the journey of where we're going to go next. And I kind of love that we don't know where we're going, but like we're okay with that. We're confident and comfortable in that. It's scary, but we're also like excited because we've been here before. We know that it's going to be great. We're super like, we're filled with hope. Like we think it's just going to be a great year, and we're really excited. So this video is just to kind of catch you guys up if you're new here, to kind of let you know what we are doing now. Pretty much what we want to do is share like what our morning routines look like, and the things that we do to like for self-care, things that make us feel good, and things that like, you know, whether they inspire you or challenge you to do inside of your relationships with your friends or your marriage. And we love helping people design their homes. Like we've, you know, started to create renderings and stuff of our space, and we've always shown like where we get products for our house, the different items that have made our place feel like home, even though it's a condo that we rent. And we love that. So we want to try to find new ways to do that and help you style your space or a room that you have. And that's kind of one of the other things that we're also working on. And we just want to be a place of inspiration. We don't know what that looks like. We don't know the branding of all of that, but this is like from our hearts of like what we want.
One last thing, because we forgot to mention.
That's okay.
We are still making our pieces. We're taking on just a couple of orders a month right now. So we are booking months out. So we appreciate all of you guys reaching out still and like wanting pieces. We're still doing that. We haven't put that completely away yet, but our focus right now is figuring out what's the next steps for us and really growing and sharing our life more with you guys.
We hope that this video makes sense, but thank you for being so supportive. We really feel the love from you guys.
Yeah.
So from the both of us, thank you.
Yeah, so as Sam said, we appreciate you so much, and even taking the time to listen to all of this, like, we love you guys. Thank you. And one more thing, so to continue on our mental health journey and to do a little bit more soul searching, we're gonna be taking a trip to Florida.
We are literally so excited. Cori is in love with the beach, and I love being able to see some clear water. So we are going to Florida for a couple days. We're gonna unwind, we're gonna read some books, we're gonna do some TikTok videos, we're gonna be doing all the fun and funny things. So if you need a little bit of sunshine on your Instagram or your TikTok feed, make sure to follow us, make sure to subscribe here on YouTube for any other videos that we're doing. And we're really gonna be trying out some new things on the channel here over the next couple of months. And we're gonna be trying out some new things on TikTok. We're gonna be sharing more of ourselves, more of the things that we enjoy to do, more things that are making us better people in the process. And we cannot wait for this journey to really start. So again, thank you guys. See you in Florida.
Yay!